What's up, Curtis Viking family? Buddy Buck here with Miss Brenda Gormly. We have a little conversation we're going to have back and forth here about something really important that's coming up on February 10th. And so with that, we have Brenda Gormly, who is a teacher at Curtis High School for 36 years. Yes, you heard that correct. 36 years. And she was the creator and director of Dance Blast. That was a 25-year run on that. And then also 10 years as a leadership advisor, where she ended her career teaching PE and health. So, Brenda, first things first, but why in the world did you stay at Curtis High School so many years?
That's a great question. And I loved the aspect of the community. It always felt like a private school to me because it's a one high school district. And when you have that feel and support in the community, I remember the homecoming assemblies that we ran, and they were at night. And the state or not the stadium, the gymnasium was packed. We had the games, we had the ugly drink, we had pass the banana, we had the octets.
Gosh.
We had parents sitting up in the stands for 3 hours to watch their kids do these things. We had a practice the night before. All of that was traditions, traditions, traditions. And those things mattered. They mattered to the kids, they mattered to their parents. The other thing I really liked is the support that I had within my teaching programs. I remember I asked Don Houston and Rich Knuth, the athletic director and the principal at the time, hey, I'm a gymnast, but I see gymnastics going out. So what would you think about me starting dance at Curtis? And I happened to be dancing at the time, and they came to one of my performances, and I said, that's kind of what I'd like to do at Curtis. And that was 1986. And in 3 years, I was teaching dance, and I started my first dance blast in 1989. But that's the support. When does a principal and an AD come to a teacher's dance performance to see what the heck she's talking about? That level of commitment and support to my program that I was able to build, and it's still living on, and that really makes me feel good about they do and the long term that they're committed to it.
Yeah, and I think something you said just a second ago is tradition, and I want to just kind of tie into that because I graduated in 1993. We were talking offline about like my friends and just like some of the old names and the old pictures I sent you, and it's amazing to me like when you think about Curtis, and you said that one feeder school, so like one junior high to one high school. And when you're in it, you don't realize how much of an impact that will make on your life. And I'm just speaking from experience, Brenda, is like when, we go to college, we graduate, and, now I'm 50, but it's like, I was at the Cloverleaf Tavern. I live in Duval right now, like, right? So I've lived in Duval, which is not close to University Place, about an hour and a half. And we were at the Cloverleaf Tav, and it was like 10 of our friends from Curtis. I invited Mr. Bemis, Mr. Engel, Joe Thomas. Bemis came down. My mom came down. She was a bus driver for Curtis for, God, 25 plus years. It's like this, you can't explain it. And like when we're with our friend group, they're like, wait a minute, you're still friends with your friends from high school or junior high or even like Narrows View, like grade school? And I'm like, wait, you're not? Like that's my immediate reaction. I was like, well, why wouldn't you be? And that's not normal as it turns out. So I think just what Curtis creates for people, maybe they don't realize it in that moment, like me when I was 16, but like, oh my God, like those friendships and just that family is real. You know what I mean?
It is very real. And another reason why I stayed so long is that support from the community allowed the school district to pass levies. And so my kids, and I live on Fox Island, and my kids all went to Peninsula High School. So I saw firsthand how facilities were different at other high schools, and they do not have what we have at Curtis. And another thing I loved about teaching at Curtis was that when I said where I taught to people randomly out of the district, I always received, oh, like that's a good school, not, oh, that's bad. Ew, yuck. I was
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
proud to say I worked at Curtis and University Place because it has such a stellar reputation, and it still does, and it should, because it is still doing a Great job, even though I'm retired. I am subbing a little bit, but I am retired.
Yeah, no, that's totally cool. Well, you mentioned Don Houston. I would never call him that because he's Coach Houston to me, and he was like very close with my parents way back in the day. Because obviously, again, my mom was a bus driver, but my dad was also on the school board. And like when you're a kid, you're like, "Oh, school board, what's that?" But like, just very involved. Like, parents are very involved to support the community as well. I'm in. Like, whatever I can do to help get the word out to vote yes, just to, remodel part of Curtis. And there's some other initiatives. They can go look online. We'll give them the link when we're done here, Brenda.
I just think that anyone, any parent that's living in that community, you've got to support your schools. Kids, our students, they are really what are going to be the future. Come on, we got to support it.
Yeah, 100%. And we'll just go ahead and put a bow on this. And I'm going to pull up the website here for people to go if they want to learn more information and kind of get some of the details. But the short answer is vote yes. Don't wait till the last minute. Just do it now. If you have it in your hot little hand, vote yes. But the website is citizensforupschools.org. That's citizensforupschools.org. So you can go check that out and learn a little bit more. So with that, Brenda Gormly, thank you so much for taking the time today, and go Vikes.
Go Vikes. Thank you.
Woo woo. Peace.